Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, Deathcore of Krieg. All those happy gas mask noises, embracing assured demise and loving every minute of it. I was actually tempted to start a Krieg army after that latest burst of Krieg inspirational material. Yep, that's Brit. Oh, that Emperor. Or is this an Inquisition thing? Or a Xenos thing? Or both? I mean, the Eldar. Look, we can do magic. Empire. Burn the heretic. Eldar. Hey, monkey, what about all your librarians and Grey Knights and astropaths and navigators? But they ain't filthy, pointy-eared degenerates responsible for giving us an extra chaos god to deal with, are they? Ah, Necrons and Guard making dad jokes. I didn't know about the Necron when I got back into 40k, and they're a pretty decent addition. I've never seen the fascination with all the Egyptian stuff though, not even like when the Bangles pimped it. Although wait, there were things about Egyptian culture I did find appealing in the Mummy though. So for me, no Necrons, no Thousand Suns. I mean, what is it with Warhammer and Egyptian style for the basically possessed suit of armour? I mean, Rubric Marines basically haunt their power armour, right? And Necrons basically haunt their metal constructs. And both of you do so because of like a backfire from the rash and desperate decisions of your higher ups. I mean, come on, you guys should be mates. Or at least form a support group so you can sit down and share your traumas and feelings. Ah, Invader Zim. I do miss that series. Although, I couldn't even make it through the Florpus movie. It was awful. But yeah, the fact that the Urkan Empire is ruled simply by those who are tallest. Also, back in the days of like Realms of Chaos, Lost and Damned, everyone was the same height. Remember that picture of the final confrontation of the Horus Heresy? Big, bad and bald isn't that big, and the Emperor isn't several foot taller than him as well. And in the other pictures, either he's just got Frank Reynolds' long legs or he's just standing on something. I mean, was there an edition where everyone just sprouted up, or was this a gradual thing? Yep, sucks to be you, dude. But then again, you did stiff them to get the key or making the Primarchs. I mean, seriously, you think they'd just forget? And yes, the Ruinous powers did corrupt a bunch of them, but then maybe if you hadn't been such a lousy dad. But, you know, then again, Galaxy on the Shoulders thing and all that. Oh, and on that topic, oh yes, now this I like. Maybe becoming an influencer isn't the be-all and end-all. Some of us might, have larger ambitions, like purging the Xenos and heretical scum from existence and reuniting humanity under one mighty, everlasting banner. So much better than that. You know you're a child of the 80s if when Yoda said there is another you secretly hoped they were referring to you thing. But I guess if you were a Primarch you'd be ruling the planet or doing something basically exceptional. I mean, even Angron was like the primo gladiator ass kicker, wasn't he? So the Custodes, am I wrong, are they basically the antithesis of Krieg? I mean, huge and engineered by the unique genetic material of the Emperor himself, and top-notch swanky armour and weapons, and staying put to eternally guard Big Daddy. And I mean, Krieg, cranked out like dolls on an assembly line, given token generic gear and sent en masse to die in the galaxy's biggest crap holes. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, Octarius is going to be pretty glorious with Krieg in it. I'm really looking forward to that. Yep, don't hate the player, hate the game. If the Orc could just paint himself purple, then all this would be irrelevant and the poor tech priest could go back to worshipping kitchen appliances. This is just the guy's version of the wedding. I mean, my dad busted his ass welding in Libya for a few years to save up, and the desert is just the natural environment for Scotsmen. And he comes back and they get married, and then he asks about the nest egg, and he's told by my mum, well, you had a big lovely wedding, didn't you? So all your money wasted on cake and booze and food for a bunch of gits you'll now lose touch with. Or you could have a glorious sea of painted splendour. Plus, with all that painting, you think he's going to have time to be out with the boys boozing every night? There's figures to be painted. And, it's something to bond with, with the kids. Ooh, spicy orc porn. I mean, that's just wrong. Fungal porn. Yep. I just watched a Games Workshop painting video on doing bases. He applies glue, he applies sand, and then he adds a wash, and then he starts dry brushing. Wait, did he sand? Only in this hobby does actual sand not look sandy enough for us, so we have to make it look more sandy.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Gotta agree, I'm now painting my 50th Hormigaunt, and it looks not that much better than the first. A little, but not noticeable, probably only to me. I guess maybe I'm a bit quicker, but that's about the only change. Oi, Ooman, whack! Totally. I used to play a half ogre at Labyrinth Live Roleplay, and speaking in caps with no spell check all day, God, it was fun. And it toughens your vocal cords too. God, I miss that. They Live, still a classic. I love a good They Live homage. Cripple Fight in South Park had to have been one of the best though. Speaking of the classics, so what's in the briefcase? Could it be a fully functional STC? Yep. Sorry, Bobby G, you've got your work cut out for you, bud. First, may I suggest just wasting those pesky High Lords of Terror? You know they're plotting treachery, and if your own brother Primarch can go for your throat, what do you think these bloated rich leeches are gonna do? Oh, Bobby's back, guys. I guess the gravy train is over. Yep, it sure was fun while it lasted. I guess let's get back to some good, honest toil. Nah, they're coming for you, boy. This is one of the weirdest rows I've seen on the forums. I mean, I've seen people go really mental on this one. I mean, quoting science journals and referring to treaties and obscure stuff. I mean, yeesh. This one was just beyond me, sorry. Oh, puppy. That's the lesson to be learnt, man. Don't mess with a warp. Zim! I mean, oh god, Johan Vasquez had a blog a while back. I think it's been deleted since, because I looked for it, I couldn't find it. And then he had this awesome made-up encounter where he ran into Clancy Brown while he was doing voice work on SpongeBob. And he confronted Johan and told him that he was Zim, and then jumped up on a table bellowing about how there can be only one.
There can be only one!
Oops, here we go again. 40k Pornhub. Yes, it's crude. Yes, it's obvious. Yes, I am laughing. Yes, totally legit move. Think it through, folks. Like those idiots who early on in the show named their kid Theon.
Golf clap? Golf clap.
Mind you, with all the reboots and remakes and reunions, I mean, nothing's safe. Anything could get flushed down the toilet. But Swarmy literally ain't gonna change. There's no personality. All he does is bust heads, learn, and get regrown. I mean, I don't know. Me saying that, watch the Tyranids go soy now in their next codex. Meh. I think you're gonna be fine. I mean, they may be disturbing, but Andy has to assemble and prime and paint, and then he's either online or off to the tournaments. I mean, you ain't gonna get any attention from Andy in a long time, pal, and that's probably for the best. You and Buzz are likely to get kit bash conversions conducted on you, so unless you want pustules and your rotten guts hanging out and nurglings playing in your chest cavity, Woody, keep your head down, mate. Oh, come on. I mean, these outfits lower wind resistance, like speed holes.
Hey, what are all these holes?
These are speed holes to make the cargo faster.
Oh yeah, speed holes.
Oh, Rylanor. Oh, God. Oh, that String Storm. That String Storm song. I mean, what's it got, like 3.5 million views? I mean, I must have listened to that damn thing like a dozen times myself. That is just seriously class. And speaking of Fulgrim, I mean, I'm assuming this seduction was a little more subtle than this. Like Christine, the car, just slowly sinking under its spell. Or maybe it was more like Stormbringer, with the sword being a mute source of influence until, you know, the big finale. I reckon probably it's more of a One Ring style with that steady, potent flow of influence getting stronger and stronger as you slowly succumb. Anyway, that was fun. I have to check some others another time.